feel like last night. Remember when we hit 60, best time of my life. You showed me the real by expanding my sight. You showing the real love don't come with no price. Hate that you gone when you coming home. They the ground, bro, the hell is on. I heard your voice is so long, what's wrong? Why can't you pick up the phone? How the fuck could you leave me in this one alone? Knowing that you the one that kept me strong. Know what they say, good times never last long. That's the sole reason I'm clutching this crown. Gotta watch out every step that I wrong. Feel like a psychic, I know the unknown. He feeling righteous, can't tell what he yo. If it's really yours, nigga, get what you own. Once I was a kid too, and I ain't know how life was when the wind blew. It ain't shit I hold against you, but I'ma use mine like the rent do. What you really getting into? Stick with me and money ain't an issue. Where was you when it was 6'2", and I ain't even know what drugs could do. 30 God on my face, keep the reaper away. Give a fuck what they say, we make it either way. JR the truth, what's in the proof, ain't no way we came this far to lose. Destiny is for you, and hopes that you knew that you took my heart with you too. Lost my soul in the booth, this pain ain't new, it's life but that's what you choose. Speaking to you at grannies that feel like last night. Remember when we hit 60, best time of my life. You showed me the real by expanding my sight. You showing the real love don't come with no price. Hate that you gone when you coming home. They the ground, bro, the hell is on. I heard your voice is so long, what's wrong? Why can't you pick up the phone? Eventually, I get that degree. I need property and I ain't talking league. You gave me a lease, at least I got a piece. When you doing the most, gotta watch who you feed. At the point in my life, ain't know what to believe, what to achieve, who I wanna be. I done open my eyes, life ain't just what it seems. Don't know what I see, how far I done need. Living too fast, but I'm loving the speed. Moving too slow, put the blame on the weed. Been in the studio about 8 to 3. You made your bed, now you cannot blame me. Throw up 2 A's and mix it with 3 D's. Step round the corner, you just what he need. Been in the streets, been in between, and proud of the blood that he bleed.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Open Mic Podcast with your host, me, Tom Hirst, brought to you by Richland Source and Newsroom After Hours. Today, we have Clutch.3D with us, a local rapper, a producer, all-around recording, mixtape writer, all of the above. It seems like you do, sir. Please introduce yourself and tell us a little more about what you've been doing.
Clutch.3D. I'm truly a rapper, but I produce. Honestly, I didn't even really want to produce.
Okay.
I just couldn't find any studio time.
Yeah.
So then I just started producing.
Out of necessity, huh?
Yeah. But it's been going pretty good.
Yeah.
After I dropped my mixtape, I mainly just produce right now.
Okay.
For other people, just throwing tracks together. If not, throwing a beat. And then some people use YouTube beats and I just mix their tracks.
Okay.
But yeah, that's basically what I do.
That's sick. You just dropped a new mixtape. What was that? March 15th, I think it said?
February 20th.
February 20th. Ah, okay. Dude, happy birthday. Belated birthday. A couple months off, but that's a good birthday present.
I appreciate it.
It's got something like 20-something tracks.
21 for the 21st.
Tracks. Ah, okay. That's sick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man, dude, quite the work. That's I was actually I was talking about this. I think it was when I had Demos and Henry Wrench and those boys on. We're talking about shorter mixtapes, shorter work. It seems like a early 2000s thing to late 90s thing to put out massive span of lots of tracks. So it's kind of surprising for me to see somebody of your age putting out that volume, that amount of work in one mixtape. I can get behind it. It's definitely seems like an old school thing. I don't know. Is that kind of something that you've been wanting to do more, is put out larger volumes of work, or is it just kind of just for your birthday you did it?
Honestly, I was thinking for my first, I gotta go big.
Yeah.
And I definitely see what you're saying though, because artists nowadays are making 7 tracks, 10 tracks, even a deluxe. People will drop a mixtape and then a month later it'll be 15 tracks maybe, and then they'll add 5 to it.
Okay.
And then they'll call it a deluxe.
Okay. Yeah.
They're kind of I don't know. I feel just drop the whole thing at one time and that's a deluxe.
Yeah, right. You might as well if you're going to put it out, Yeah, dude, that makes sense. Go big or go home right off the bat, right?
Yeah.
So how's it been received so far?
That's a good question. Fantastic, definitely.
Yeah.
And the thing that I've noticed is like, so since I do like a lot of stuff myself, I feel like it's like juggling a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I feel like I've accomplished now is I can really like advertise myself, which is like probably my biggest lack right now.
Yeah.
So like now that I got mixtape, music videos, tracks after tracks, now I can like get out there and advertise myself. That's basically where I'm at right now.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like that's kind of the hardest thing for an artist to do really is like self-promote in that way because you're so focused on the project, the concepts, the lyrical content, all the work that goes in behind the scenes, making sure it sounds as good as you can possibly get it. Then once it's out there, it's like a dog that's chasing a car. You don't really know what to do when you got the, where, how do you, who wants to hear this? Let's get this out there, So yeah, you, how long have you been rapping?
I dropped my first track for my senior year, so 2019.
That's awesome.
I've been rapping like a little bit more than that, but that was before that. But it was just like playing around, freestyling.
Yeah.
Like I got a track with my homie Mook, and it's like it's older than my first release track on my channel.
Okay.
And it's on SoundCloud, so I mean, I guess you could say I've been rapping a little longer than that. But it was just us fooling around.
That's sick. That's sick. Man, you're so young. I feel so old. It's so exciting to see so many young artists actually putting out volumes of work like you have been. It's
thank you.
Yeah. It's encouraging. It really is because you don't see it too often, or at least I feel like I haven't seen it in a while. People actually like putting out the volume that already. So it's encouraging. It really is.
I feel like my next step after I drop that track, I want to get away from 2-minute tracks now. I'm trying to make sure they're all at the very least 3, if not 2:30. But definitely trying to stretch them out.
Okay. And what's the motivation behind that?
Like making the tracks longer?
Yeah.
I just feel like
that's interesting.
I feel like with TikTok and all this other internet stuff, attention spans are just getting shorter and shorter.
Right.
So like I'm trying to counteract that.
Yeah. Okay. That's sick. I like that. That's something that I've often thought about. Like it seems like, like you said, attention spans, they're just shortening up. TikTok's kind of like grooming people to be impatient.
To not pay attention for a long time, definitely.
Right? Which I think is a massively lost art form, there's a lot of, I watch a lot of producers and people on YouTube talk about like how you really don't hear bridges in like rock music these days or anything like that. It's like the verse, chorus, and then the bridge, which is something like just to like throw it off to like kind of give you a reprieve from the normal structure of the song, and then you go back into it, right? You don't really hear that too often. And I think one of my favorite parts about hip hop is the storytelling element, right? And I think the shorter the songs, I mean, you can still tell a story real quick, but like a lot of those longer, like 4+ minute tracks of hip hop were them going through and telling like intricate stories. So I think that's really exciting that you're wanting to push back and get back to those longer tracks, because I think there's a lot lost in that art,
Hell yeah, I'm missing the classics. My goal as a producer is truly to make like Tupac type beats and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't got the ability right now, but I'm just getting closer and closer and closer. That's my end goal though.
Heck yeah, that's sick. I was gonna say your stuff, as I was listening through it, kind of hopefully I love them, so I think it would be a compliment for me, but it kind of, I get some Bone Thugs and Harmony vibes with like kind of that old school mellow feel type just that old school mellow, but like still like getting in like deep with the lyrical content and like hitting it hard, so I can appreciate it. I love Bone Thugs, so it's sick.
I appreciate that. I feel like honestly Weirdly enough, out of all the tracks I produced and dropped at this point, I don't really hear much feedback about my tracks.
Yeah?
Not really. Like, other than, like, friends and family. You know, they're friends and family, so, like, they're kind of going to say they like it. So, they don't. No, I will say one thing that I've had, like, some constructive criticism is, like, little echoes. Like, my tracks, when I mix them, are echoey because I doubled up the vocals.
Yeah.
And I'm about to... So out of all 21 tracks, A10 was like the only track where it's like doubled up on the chorus, singled on the verse, like just one single vocal, and then I doubled it back up for the chorus again and like some little spots, and then singled it again for the verse. But I want to get into that. Like, it sounds better to me. Yeah.
It kind of it thickens up the vocal a bit. You know, adds a bit of like weight to it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love it. I love doubling up tracks. It's kind of, you can also like, you can almost play with it, kind of like throw off the timing just a smidge.
It is like, so fun. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, dude. Recording I think is one of the most fun things in the world. It's a good time.
Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's sick. So like with the mixtape you released and anything that you put out, what's kind of your what's your writing process like? What do you? I'm assuming you start out with a beat, or do you kind of write lyrics beforehand, or do you do a little both?
So when I first originally started like dropping tracks, I would have my notes stuffed with written. So I would just go to the studio. Like Von Doom was like Von Doom and Zach were basically the first two people that like mixed the track for me. So I would just go to their spot. I'd have it written, and then we just go through their beats until we found one that matched. Boom, lay it down.
Okay.
But after I started like creating my own, especially on the mixtape, and I really don't like that this is it's not a new generation thing, but like it's getting more and more to the whole I don't write my raps type stuff. And it's like, I don't want to join that bandwagon, but like for my mixtape, I low-key did just because of the fact that I had already made the beats. I had just like, instead of having stuff notes of writtens, I just had stuff notes of beats. So it was just like, I would go to the stew, I'd turn on the beat, and then I'd just lay a bar. I would literally just press record, lay a bar, and then I'd listen to that bar, and then I'd go on, and I'd just keep punching in and punching in and punching in. That's basically what I do now, is I just punch in. I still write them, like, as I go. Yeah. But I just punch in, finish out the track, listen to it, come back, redo it, boom, done track.
Yeah. Interesting. What do you think the trend is moving or has been moving towards not writing your raps? Like, what is the thought behind all that? I've always found that extremely curious because like I grew up playing in metal bands and stuff, right? I was a vocalist, and like the musicians would always write the songs in the bands I was in, and then I would write the lyrics to the parts that they would play, right?
Hell yeah.
So I've always found it very fascinating, and just because that's not something that I was ever able to do. So it's always extremely fascinating to me, not like writing your lyrics out beforehand or anything, just kind of like freestyling it on the mic, and then as you record it and then expanding upon that. Like where do you think that trend is coming from?
Artists, like mainstream artists, once they do something, it's gonna be cool. And there's so many artists nowadays like, I don't write my raps. But on the same time though, that whole punching stuff, like, I mean, like, you're not really right. You're like typing it as you're going. Yeah. So you are writing it, but the only time I would ever say not writing your raps would kind of like make sense is on those punch-ins. But the answer is definitely artists. Yeah. People, all types of mainstream artists are talking about not writing their raps. It's the cool thing now. Yeah, it's just something it's like just following trends, I guess, of mainstream artists wanting to be more like, well, if it's, I guess, better way of putting it, if they're successful and it's working for them, then if I do that, I could be successful as they are kind of mentality. Hell
maybe.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, it's fascinating because like it's it almost feels like it's a lot of like in the moment type culture. You know what I mean? Living in the moment type deal, and like however you're feeling right then, you're being completely raw with what's in your head, which is fascinating to me. But yeah, so is that something that do you have concepts that you're wanting to work out lyrically for your future stuff, or are you kind of really enjoying the in the moment, not writing any of your raps?
So on that note, my cousin Richard, he's on my mixtape. He is like the not right goat. Like I play a track and he literally doesn't type it, hasn't memorized. I'll lay my track, I'll lay my part, and then I'll just play what's left of the beat, and then he'll just pace around the room, just got it, and then he'll just build on from that bar, literally doing what I do with like laying it on the mic, but in his head. I have no idea how he does it. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's sick. That's real cool. That's quite the talent right there. It's like you have to memorize the lines and then continue writing them as you memorize them in your head.
That one kind of threw me off though. I forgot what your next question was.
No, you're good. I'm wondering, do you have any like concepts that you're wanting to work out lyrically with your future projects or mixtapes that you're working on, or are you going to continue in the not writing anything and just going with the flow?
So like even like on my mixtape, what I would do is back to the notes. I would literally type out every person or thing that I want to cover. I put Destiny, my grandma, my brother, my nephews, friends, family. Like I would literally write a whole list of everything I want to cover, Mansfield, all that. Yeah. And then while I was making that, like typing and laying those bars, I would think of these things and then I just scratch them off the list and just keep going from there. But definitely have concepts I want to follow for sure.
Yeah, that's it. I like that. I like that. Like kind of hitting lyrical goal notes, kind of like making a checklist. That's really cool. That's a good idea, actually. Are you so what's your goals with hip hop? Where do you hope for it to take you? What are you looking to do with it?
When I first started rapping, I was hoping it was gonna make me a millionaire, and like I don't want to like steer away from that, because if I do, then it won't make me a millionaire. But that's not even my end goal anymore. It's just that I love music. Yeah, I want to be a landlord, so that's where I'm planning some real estates and whatnot. That's where I'm planning for my money to come from. Music is just passion. Yeah,
that's cool. That's real cool. I think that's a great plan. That's don't rely on something, but keep music not your day job, but your passion project.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes things more enjoyable that way. Instead of having to write to maintain, you can maintain so you can write.
Hell yeah, but if it makes me a million, I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, right? Why not? Hey, if it happens, it happens. I wouldn't be mad at myself.
Not at all.
That's sick. So do you have any properties in mind yet?
I'm about to buy my grandma's house. Yeah? I'm already working on it. It's in the works, but like it's in my grandma's mom's name, and she's deceased, so my grandma can't just write over to me. I kind of like got to go through a bunch of extra stuff, but it's in works for sure.
Sick, man. Heck yeah. So that's sick. So how many properties are you hoping to own by the next year then?
I don't know. I'm going to buy that one, and then I'm going to just fix it up and go from there. Because honestly, I wasn't imagining my first house to be in Mansfield. Yeah. So, I don't know. Because once I get this house, as soon as it's mine, honestly, I probably won't even stay there that long. Yeah. I'm trying to travel the world. That's my end goal. And just pay the little taxes on it and go on. And then if someone needs somewhere to stay, you got somewhere to stay.
Yeah, man. Have you looked into Airbnb and stuff like that at all?
I need to.
Dude, I recommend it. I have a couple friends that, surprisingly, even if it's not in the greatest place in Mansfield, even if it's a decent neighborhood at all, people are Airbnb and stuff and making a killing off of Airbnb and houses in Mansfield and stuff. Like people come through for like Miss Ohio, a bunch of different events or whatever. And then just looking for cheap Airbnbs, man. So it might be a good way to help you travel if you're able to fix it up and get it on the market that way.
Hell yeah. One other thing that I didn't think of, I was talking to a guy at work, and he was like pretty like successful, which is so good to see, because I honestly don't feel like I conversate with enough like successful people, like actually super wealthy. And he was just telling me like, to how he's trying to get a hotel, like buy a hotel. And I was like, why do that when you get an apartment? But then he was like, think about it.
Yeah.
You got to maintain tenants in that apartment. Hotels, people stay for like a day or two and they're out and they're just in and out. And it's way easier. I don't know if it's more money, but it just seems like it's a lot easier instead of having to maintain a tenant.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you have staff that clean up afterwards. They're only there for a night or two. Yeah. Instead of a person staying there for years and trashing the place over time and then you having to fix it up once they leave.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. There you go. Get yourself a little motel.
Man, I need something.
All right. So are you originally from Mansfield then?
Born and raised.
Nice. That's awesome. I moved here when I was 15, so I mean it's definitely where I call home.
Where were you before Mansfield?
Youngstown.
That's not far.
Nah, not very far at all. Ohio and born and raised, that's for sure though.
Hell yeah.
It's a great place, man. Dude, I love Mansfield. It's a great city.
I gotta love Mansfield.
Yeah.
It made me.
Yeah, there you go.
Not only the person I am, but like the environment is basically like, I don't know, man. I didn't grow up anywhere else, but I feel like you'll see some wild stuff here.
That's for sure. Yeah, man. You see some wild stuff, but you also meet a lot of kind people, actually. Surprisingly, there's a lot of nice people in Mansfield that actually, that's really cool.
Fuck yeah. I grew up skating. I used to skate like a lot.
Heck yeah.
And I used to always skate at Relax.
Yeah.
You just skate at Relax. Well, you skate downtown at the slab, the marble ledge, somewhere. And then you go to Relax, get you some water, go to the pizza place, get a slice of pizza, call it a day.
Heck yeah. Yep. Dude, that rules. That rules.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's been my life for the last 8 years. I love this town. It's a beautiful place, man.
That it is.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So you got another mixtape in the works. I'm assuming you got something else cooking up.
So right now, what I'm cooking up is a bunch of tracks that need mixed because I'm like really, really far behind. So everything you'll see from me I'm doing a lot of music videos for that mixtape. Like I got one for 810 dropping Friday. And then I'm going right back to Cleveland to shoot for Ride My Flow.
Nice.
Shouts out to Off My Block.
Yeah.
Pretty dope guys. But
that's who That's who does your music videos?
Yeah, Aiden, I don't know what his like business name is or whatever, but Aiden did my music video for Brighter Days, which is it was pretty fucking dope. And then I had a music video for Destiny, which was my first track ever, and that was shot at Senior High with all their equipment.
Sick.
But Off the Block, he's the guy, man. He's pretty consistent. He like gets work done, and he not only does he get work done, but he comes back. Like you can come back for more and more and more.
That's
I like
cool.
that. That's good work. That ethic.
Man. Yeah, it's so hard to find people you have good chemistry with to do things like that. That's
that it is.
Right. It's an integral part to this artistry type stuff, you know? Especially video-wise. I mean, videos can look real silly real quick if you're not careful.
Yes, they can.
Uh-huh. Dude, that's like, how many, are you trying to put out videos for the majority of the mixtape, or what's your goal with that?
I'm going to do a video for every feature.
Okay.
I'm going to do a video for every feature. That's like 5 right there. And then the one for 810, I should have started with Against All intro.
Yeah.
That would make sense as the intro of the mixtape. But I just felt like 810 was like, I can't say it's a fan favorite because like I don't know what is the fan favorite. But I feel like
it's still building that fan base. That's what it is.
It's like so for Chrome Heart's my favorite solo track on there. But like it's not an energetic song. It's like me like from the heart. So I just feel like I'm gonna do a music video for that, but I'm gonna need like some really good I'm gonna have to sit and think, and I want some great edits, and I kind of want to wait on it.
Yeah.
But one for every feature, and then I'm gonna do probably 419 or the outro, and then I'm gonna just leave that mixtape alone.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna drop. I want a small EP before the end of the year, but I want to do that not myself. I feel like I've done enough myself. I want it to sound the closest to professional as possible, and I'm all right, but I'm not professional. So
for sure, you're still learning. That's fair. It takes time.
Just go drop music videos, release a bunch of people's tracks that need to be released, and then drop that EP before the end of the year, and that'll wrap it up.
Nice. Dude, that's sick. Putting in a lot of work there, sir.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate that. That's
I
sick.
appreciate the compliment.
Yeah,
for real.
man. That's good to see. It's very good to see. Yeah, man. That's exciting. You got any working title for the next mixtape or nothing yet?
If anything though, I feel like it should be 3D because
Okay.
like as a collective, it's 3D AA.
Yeah.
So everyone kind of knows the 3D. So that's why I made the mixtape AA.
Yeah.
And plus, like, if you really, every person on that mixtape is basically like, music wise, other than Susano, my cousin Earl, he's the only person that's missing out. I got my brother, my cousins, homies. Everybody on there is 3D.
Okay.
That's like who we are.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that mixtape was called Against All. So I feel like it would make sense to make the next one 3D, but I'm not too sure right now.
Yeah. Sick. That's real sick. Yeah, man. Well, congratulations on the drop on Against All coming out and all the music videos that you're putting out, man. It's a good volume of work so far. It's sounding good, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, anything else you have for the people you want to say?
Check out my mixtape, A10, out on all platforms.
Yeah.
Shout out to Henry.
Yeah. My boy.
It's a pleasure being here and having the opportunity, and I like your workflow. Like, I don't see too much of this. Any person that's putting work into the music in Mansfield deserves like a pat on the back, a clap, $1 million at that.
Yeah, right?
Because there's not many of us out here. So I appreciate your
Dude,
work.
we need to get you, you need to get a show over at Mothership. Start playing locally. Get you, that's the next step. You need to get some more local shows.
Yeah, definitely. I had a show at...
at Luluna, I think it was.
Yeah,
that was
it.
I saw the clips you posted about that.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Birdcage too, because they're the one that set that up and I made a track for him in there.
Heck yeah, dude. Bird rules, man. I love those.
Hell yeah. Dope as hell.
Yeah. Dude, you should definitely hit up Mothership, try and get a show out there.
I've been like hearing about Mothership more and more and more.
Yeah.
I definitely have to.
Dude, yeah, start. Yeah, man, I recommend. That's kind of one of the things that I don't really know exactly how to facilitate it yet, but like that's something that I'm really hoping to help put together with this podcast more. Is like it seems like there's a lot of like pockets of music scenes in Mansfield. Like I know there's like the music scene that I'm familiar with seems like it's one big collect inside of Mansfield with a bunch of different genres, but it also seems like there's a lot of different pockets of subgenres of music scenes in Mansfield that don't really like coincide with each other much as I wish they would. And so that's like what I'm really hoping to bring together Mansfield more unified in the music scenes in general, is just get everybody playing shows together, because like mixed genre shows I think are the most fun things ever. So like
That'd be so dope. You'd have such a huge crowd.
Yeah, man. Like that's so yeah, that's what that's what I know. Like Mothership is they've been having a lot of different genre shows. So man, start coming out to the shows, hang out, and hopefully we'll get you. They'll get you on a show here soon, man. It'd be real sick.
Yeah, that'd be sick as fuck.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Sick. Well, 3D, Clutch. It was wonderful having you on here, sir.
Thank you. Pleasure being here.
What's your what's all your social media handles?
Clutch.3D.
Clutch.3D.
Yep.
Check them out on Instagram. Check them out on all social platforms or streaming platforms. You got the works, right? Everything, Spotify, all of that.
All that.
Sick. That's sick, dude. I love it. I love how accessible it is to like just distribute your own music these days. It's so much easier. It's so sick.
How was it like back in the day?
Dude, back in the day, I mean, before streaming, it was you put out a CD and you sold them at your shows. If you were able to tour, you could sell them at shows. If you could get on, I mean that's kind of like really what the point of like labels really were back in the day, is like the labels had distribution, and that's really the only reason why you wanted on a label. And apart from like just a name that's pushing your band, like labels were the ones that actually had distribution. So like nowadays, distribution's just going online and uploading your album to streaming sites through like what DistroKid or whatever the different ones are. and that's pretty much it. And then you can use social media to promote yourself. If you can get a name for yourself enough, get enough followers, word of mouth does it. So like really back in the day, that's the point of labels, is for distribution. And now like kind of makes them obsolete,
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, this is the age of DIY, that's for sure.
That it is. And it's like easier than ever.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It really is so much easier than people realize nowadays, just to DIY your own projects out there. That's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun, man. But yeah, anyway, it was good having you on here. I appreciate you coming out. But yeah, this has been another episode of the Open Mic Podcast with me, your host, Tom Hirst, brought to you by Richland Source, Newsroom After Hours. Sponsored by Henry Screen Printing, Two Cousins Pizza, Potent Studios, and if you need some pizza, go down to Two Cousins. If you need some shirts printed, check out Henry. If you need some music video work done or lighting work done, hit up Potent. And then what's your boy's name again that is doing your music videos?
Off the Block.
Off the Block. If you need some more music videos, check out Off the Block as well. And thanks, guys. Check me out at the Open Mic PD Cast on Instagram. And yeah, Mansfield, Ohio is the greatest city in the continental U.S. I'm super proud to be here. Thank you guys for a great day and have a wonderful week. Peace.
Shout out Open Mic.
Take me away, just wanna see brighter days. Got the fuck up out of that daze, now I'm feeling different pain. We on two different pages, it's like it seems so outrageous. Fuck all them crackers, they racist. It's not 420 still blazing. You wouldn't believe that I made this, I'ma stay on my grind till I make it. Kept spinning my till it made sense. We was turning up the vacant. Prescription got my tummy aching. 3B tied in like it's lace fit. To be on my side, she go face dick. Play your cards right, get a facelift. You look just like what I'm craving. Bitch, you just gotta be patient. If I come in like I'll be shaking, I got a full load that he taking. EWA, eyes on the road until phase 10. He go die hating, can't you see this life amazing? I've been investing left and right in the hopes to help my sleep at night. I'ma turn on my left to right, almost gave my sight to the thief at night, but he spared my life. Take me away, just wanna see brighter days. Got the fuck up out of that daze, now I'm feeling different pain. We on two different pages, this like it seems so outrageous. Fuck all them crackers, they racist. It's not 420 still blazing. You wouldn't believe that I made this, I'ma stay on my grind till I make it. Kept spinning mine till it made sense. We was turning up the vacant. The fuck is he saying? Go shoot this bitch up, okay, sprayed it. Seem like a true fading, and all of the lives they've been praising. 365 x20, 1 plus 1, 10, 2. I'm the living proof, nigga, who is you? It ain't shit to do, so I'm stacking blues. You can't fit these shoes, gotta make a move. We can cruise through the night. Take your seat, watch the crew take flight. All you gotta do is choose to fight. Get loose, let me choose to ride. Ain't no way I'ma lose this fight. Take your seat, let me choose tonight. All you gotta do is choose to fly. Spread them wings, let the crew take flight.